Hi, I'm Frank Turner. Don't worry, I'm finite.
To the east, the road beneath my feet.
When did you first kind of realize, what was the first place you traveled to that made you think, like, this is something that I want to be able to do? Was it more the music driving the travel, or was it the travel was, I know from the book you mentioned, like, you would take any show anywhere just because you'd never been to this part of Europe? Or
sure. I think I'm going to answer that question in quite a long roundabout way, if you don't mind.
No,
like, I think to me, punk rock, the thing that I love about the idea of punk rock is the idea of self-creation. The idea that you can consciously decide what type of person you are rather than just accepting whatever the universe throws at you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the common thread to me that links Laura Jane Grace and Henry Rollins, you know what I mean? That idea that you just decide to be who you're going to be. When I was a kid, I'm not sure that I was particularly given to travelling. When I was a young kid, I was quite sort of nervous, quite sort of homebound, not particularly adventurous. And I definitely sort of took a decision when I got into this music, which was so radically different from anything I knew as a kid, and then the sort of philosophy and the lifestyle that came with it, and I took a sort of conscious decision that I was going to do something interesting with my life, you know, and not just kind of wander, sort of not just kind of sleepwalk into the kind of person that my parents wanted me to be.
Right.
You know, particularly with the schooling that I had, because I got a scholarship to a very exclusive school when I was a kid, and there's a kind of like a bobsleigh run that takes you from there very easily into a certain type of life,
right.
And I didn't want that. So I mean, I did a bit of traveling when I was younger, where I went to Africa and I went to Southeast Asia as a kid, like with my girlfriend. I'd like work summer jobs for a few months, save up some money, and then go out and do that. That I kind of had mixed feelings about, because I felt very sort of like pretentious and touristy, just being kind of like a sort of white Western backpacker, kind of bumming around hostels in Vietnam and shit. And
right.
it just kind of, I'm not saying that I'm opposed to that method of existence, but like a lot of the people I'm with that sort of had this really highfalutin opinion of themselves as sort of not being tourists, and I'm like, right. You're tourists. we are tourists. That is what we are. Yeah. A big turning point for me was reading "Get in the Van" by Henry Rollins, which is his tour diaries of the Black Flag years, which were very kind of hard and hand to mouth, and that was a moment of me kind of going, oh shit, that's what I want to do. And in the summer of '98, I did my first tour with a band called Knee Jerk that I was in when we were all 16 years old. And we knew one guy who was 21 who could drive the van, so he drove the van.
Is this a rental?
No, he owned a piece of shit van. We didn't really know him, and he was a very strange individual. We discovered. And we did 2 weeks around the UK. We booked all the shows ourselves from a payphone, you know, and it was sort of just about pre the internet. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the internet existed, like there was AOL chat rooms and stuff, but it was like pre MySpace. And,
it's like on the phone on you all the time.
Yeah, no one had sat nav. I mean, like, I remember before going on tour, one of the pieces of advice we got given was like, if you can't find the venue, drive to the shitty end of town and look for someone wearing a leather jacket and ask them. And we did that more than once, and it worked. But like, so that tour was definitely, I think, the moment when I caught the bug, because I think about 12 of us went on the tour, and when we got home, about 6 people went, fuck that, I'm never leaving home ever again.
Right.
Because like this tour was pretty disastrous. We lost money, no one came to the shows, we all got sick. You know what I mean?
It's the first tour. What do you
yeah, and so half the people came home being like, that was an utter calamity, and half of us came home going, when do I go again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just right from then on, I just kind of knew that was what I wanted to do.
I guess what like sets people apart, the people who get into that situation and they thrive on that chaos, versus the people who just, you know, need
definitely.
the comfort of home.
Well, one of the things about touring that I love, and that is really, in terms of what it's done to my personality and my character, is that it makes you incredibly hands-on. Like, something's gone wrong, you got to fix it now.
Right.
You can't do that thing of kind of hoping that mum and dad are going to fix it, or sitting on your sofa and umming and ahhing about it for a week, or just sort of making do. If your fucking van breaks down, you've got a show tonight here, and you've got another show the following night tomorrow, you got to fucking fix it now.
So you become self-reliant.
Yeah, you learn. You know, I had a car accident in Lithuania one time, and like we had to figure that shit out. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even speak Lithuanian. It's like, fuck it, we've got to do something. So, and it just makes you very kind of resourceful and self-reliant.